Welcome to Nation View Public School. Today we are joined by Diane Dewing, one of our certified members of the Joint Health and Safety Committee, and today's video is going to focus on the general classroom and what you need to be looking for when you're inspecting that classroom. This is one of the series of videos that the Joint Health and Safety Committee is preparing to better support the workers and the site reps in their inspections. So please join in.
The classroom is the most common room that you will be inspecting. And it is very easy with the regular classroom to forget particular areas. Please use your inspection guide. That'll help prompt you along the way. There are some other things you might want to keep in mind as you go through the classroom. Look high, look medium, look low. You're looking particularly for trip hazards. You're also looking for potential struck by. So are there things jutting out from the wall or from a shelf that could strike someone and cause injury? Is there a closet or a cupboard that is overloaded and could have objects that fall and injure someone? Those are all things that we need to be looking for. There should be no closet or no cupboard that remains unopened during your inspection. You will never know if there are problems within a cupboard or if there is any seepage from water sources unless you have checked. That's the job of doing a school inspection. Every classroom needs to be checked. Is the teacher or any other worker in that room able to contact the office easily and quickly? The phone should work. If there is not a phone, there should be a walkie-talkie. Beside the door, there should also be an exit that the alternate exit for in the case of emergency. And below that, you will usually find a map that will allow you to know first where the primary exit is and where the secondary exit is. That's particularly important if you're an itinerant teacher or an occasional teacher in the school. Make sure that these are all very clearly marked so that our casual employees remain as safe as the rest of us are. Many classrooms have a classroom emergency manual, and it is a good idea to keep that by the door as well. Review it frequently to make sure that it's current and up to date, and that the people who come into the classroom know that it is there and how to use it. Finally, when you have occasional or casual staff coming into your school in your classroom, please ensure that they stop by the office, that they review the notification of risk of any persons in the school, that they check and that they sign on this document, that they review and find if there are any safety plans for students in the school. And if there are behavior plans, you may want to be leaving those as a notation in the classroom in a safe spot with the lesson plans of the day. Keeping us all safe is serious business. When you open the cupboard doors, they should be reasonably tidy. You should make sure that nothing is falling, nothing is saturated. In the case of a sink, I always make sure to check there if I check nowhere else. Is there dampness? Can you feel it? Can you smell musty odors? Those are important indications to us that there's something that we need to go in and fix. And you are the eyes in the classroom. Make sure that this is done. So any outlets that are near the sink need to be ground fault interrupter units so that you can see that they can go on or off if they should happen to become in contact with water or be overloaded. This maintains everyone's safety, and of course we always make sure that there is nothing electrical near our water sources. So closets, cupboards, and shelves have the same thing in common. They should not be overloaded, they should not be piled high, and there should be no chance that any of the objects that are on those shelves or on top of those cupboards are either heavy or could possibly fall on anyone. The first question that you're going to be asking classroom teachers, and remember to involve them in your inspection, how did you get those binders up on that top shelf? Where did you locate the short step ladder provided by Joint Health and Safety Committee. Where is it located? Do you use it regularly? Do you find it easy to access? Is it in good repair? So make sure that all of those good questions are asked so that we can be sure that everyone is working safely within all areas of their environment. Part of our looking high for potential hazards is to check out the ceiling tiles. Are there any that are discolored? Are there any that show any evidence of leaking or staining? If you see those things, they need to be reported and investigated. Make sure that they go down on your form. While your eyes are up there, you also want to make sure that the panels over the lights are secure, that there's not any look of gapping or sagging. Again, if anything looks a little loose to you or if it appears to be a problem, put it down on your form and it can be dealt with right away. Busy classrooms are a place of a large number of potential trip hazards. So keep your eyes open, particularly on the ground. Carpets need to be heavy enough that they're going to lie flat. They need to be heavy enough and secure enough that when people walk, they don't catch their toe on them and trip. Cords that exist for our multitude of electronic devices need to be tied so that they are not loose and creating trip hazards for people. And cords should also be secured into an outlet. At the very, very least, they need to be into a power bar and not daisy chained, one connected to another. In classrooms equipped with a smart board, make sure that it is well secured. All legs should be down. It should be stable. There should be no potential for any child or any adult to be able to take this and pull it down. So busy classrooms need to have adequate aisleways so that people can walk through safely without having any potential for running into objects, running into chairs, desks, and more importantly, objects which many of our students bring with them. Backpacks should not be on the floor. In fact, there should be no objects that belong to students on the floor. Part of making sure that everyone is healthy and safe is making sure that objects stay off the ground and create no trip or fall hazards. So during your inspection of the classroom, make special point of making sure that all points of egress are without any obstruction. So in our schools, shelves need to be attached to the wall. There should be absolutely no possibility for any shelf to come over and hurt someone. Just because you have a shelf in a room doesn't mean you should load it to capacity. Take a look at that shelf. If there's a bow in the shelf, that's a pretty good sign that this is an overloaded shelf. You need to take some of the stress off the shelf or we're going to have breakage and someone's going to get hurt. Double check, just because you have the space doesn't mean you should use it all. Take note to make sure that there are no overhangs. Overhangs like this, and even like this are potential for a fall or a struck-by hazard. These are not necessary in our schools. Again, keep those shelves tidy, keep them pared down, and make sure that everything is moved back from the edge of the shelf. So some areas of our school are equipped with fire doors. In a fire door, it is a self-closing door which automatically latches. It's designed to keep people safe. When you pull this door open and you put a wooden chuck underneath to hold that door open, what you're doing is compromising the safety that is built into that door. So if you have a fire door, do not find ways to keep that door open. Allow it to do its job.